It is the middle of the night, and God basically wants me to go ahead and do this. This is the last warning before the terrors hit, but it is like a little after 2 a.m. in the morning, and God wants me to go ahead and share this. Um, but all the things that I have said, they're about to hit. I've gotten images of like helicopters taking off in reference to my dream, where basically I had a helicopter dream where a small group of people took off from the land and landed on a island, and then I had and that was I saw this figure basically coming across the water, and he was basically saying that the helicopters are lifting off now. And I've also seen another image where everything turned black. In other words, all the power went out. I'm seeing images. He's showing me now in my conscience where I'm seeing great earthquakes. Like right now, there I can see like this fault line, and I can see it like in my conscience. It's shaking, and there's earthquakes that are happening. Um, I can also see, and this also happened right before I went to bed, like as I was drifting off into sleep. But it showed me images of like rock falls because I live in Colorado, and he's basically showing me hillsides where I can actually see the debris coming off of the hillside, and I can see other as he's rotating the images, and the rocks are coming off of the land into the canyon, and also I go up a canyon where there's cliffs and stuff. And it's a very windy road, and he's basically showing me that all those will be coming into the canyon. So it's going to get really ugly, and there will not be a way down. He's showing me that that whole area will be covered. As I was also laying here, there was another image, or not image. It's not like an image, but there's a moving image, and I'm actively seeing water. There's water all over the land, and I do know that there is a tsunami dream that I had, um, that had two of my coworkers in it, of a tsunami hitting the coast, and I think it's God is showing me the tsunami hitting. So that is about to occur. Also, last night as I was, because I basically had all these images back to back to back to back to back, and God was showing me that this is all occurring like within very short order. This may be the last time before it happens, of a warning and saying, if you're not right with me right now, it's about to turn very ugly, and you will not make it through. There was also volcanoes going off, and there was a earthquake and a volcano starting to wake up in Mount St. Helens, which is along the Cascadia fault line. And that whole thing is supposed to go up. The Cascadia goes into San Andreas, which is a huge fault line that goes all the way down into California. It goes all the way up through, I think, even into British Columbia. So it's a huge fault line, and that's supposed to erupt. I don't know the process, like which happened. I think what happens first. I don't know which happens first, but the first image that I got last night before I was drifting off was clearly like it looked like the blades of multiple helicopters taking off all at once, and that's the image that I got as I saw the blades of of three that were rotating, all three of them together, and then I could see the helicopters themselves, and they were basically lifting off. Um, so God is basically telling me that this is happening. and this may be the last time before this happens. So if you have not heeded the warnings, this I feel is the last warning. He did this right before. Um, um, he has basically shown me that the day of the Lord, and that's what I called it, and that was this past Wednesday. He called it the day of the Lord warning, and I told people about what to expect afterwards. But there's going to be great chaos like you've never seen. I was reading scripture in reference to this, and it said that that friends will turn on each other, that there'll be swords and famines and pestilences like you've never seen before. Um, and so I'm here to do the final warning. If you have not turned back to God, you're going to go through all these earthquakes and all these things. You will not survive what's coming. Most of the land will of the U.S. will be hit by massive natural disasters that are never before seen. He gave me many different visuals of volcanoes going off and tsunamis and earthquakes. And he showed me references of the area that I live in, and I could see all the rocks falling into the canyons. I could see the ground shaking. I could see like the rocks and the debris cascading off of the mountainous sides. Um, and so I have many videos and stuff out there in reference to all of this. So if you're not heeding this warning, this may be your final warning. I would strongly recommend that you prepare for this. If you think that you're going to make it through this, you're not going to make it. And I didn't know if a earthquake would hit here. He obviously said yes, yes, it's going to hit here and it's going to hit everywhere, because he showed me references of the roadway being basically blocked. The roads will not be drivable, and many people that think that they're safe are not going to be safe. Preppers and all this, I got the feeling that all these mountains, as it says, that all mountains will be turned into rubble. And that's kind of like the feeling that I got last night, is all these mountains are going to, basically, I could see like mountains just crumbling before God. And I could see multiple scenes where all the mountains were just crumbling and just kind of like disintegrating before my eyes. Um, so um, I don't think there's anything else. But please, please, please heed my warning. Please go to God now. He may already have made all the judgments, but you still have the ability to go to Him. Um, there was one final thing. I do know that I'm going to a secret area because I keep getting images of a certain area, and what I received is I'm going to be in an area where I'm familiar with, and it will be protected because I could clearly see a dome over the land. Well, I'm actually seeing it now in my conscience, but it's a land that I'm familiar with, and there's going to be a dome over it, and His hand of protection is going to be on that area, because He basically has told me it's like everything outside the area is going to be utterly destroyed. And I'm not going to say where, because I don't want the devil to know where I'm going to be. But there will be a group of people with me. And I also got in another image when I was talking about it, where it started out with a small group of people, and I could see, because God basically said, I'm going to start out with a small group of people, and it's going to expand over time. And I do know that this group, I will be leading it, and it will expand exponentially over time. And I think it's going to go into the millennial reign. But He wants me to take care of this group of people, and to basically create a family and a group of people that will follow Him. And so so please, please, please go to God now. This may be your final warning. I've seen so many different prophets There's one that was on TikTok. I think it was called like "Let It Snow," and she basically had referenced the same things that were happening. Um, there was another one called God's Healer 7 that she said the exact same thing. There was another one, You Be Ready, that also had references to great chaos and swords and everything else. The devil thinks that he's going to control the narrative, and God basically said, nope. And the devil has no clue what's about to hit. Until this point, I don't think the devil knows what is going to hit. He's the devil has been trying to push the narrative and have it go a certain way because he wants to use the land. Obviously, there are mines and everything else that are being tried to open up, like the reason why they shut off the water in Idaho was for mining. Mining takes out a huge amount of water, and so because of the mining, they have shut down farming in order to do this in various areas. And the devil has been trying to tick off Russia and others and move those pieces into place so Russia and them could take over. That's why you have the people coming across the border. These people will are changing the dynamics of the U.S. and will help to take over the U.S. and have it be the devil's area. But what the devil doesn't realize is after God is done, there's not going to be a U.S. anymore. Every single inch, square inch of the U.S., and this is God speaking. Every square inch of the U.S. will be hit by monster earthquakes, tsunamis, and the land will not look the same. The devil has no idea the power of God. God is going to shake the ever-living crap out of everything and everywhere of the U.S. Mountains are crumbling, will crumble, and we have very little time. This is your last chance. If you need resources, I would get them now. Do not wait anymore. I am doing this in the middle of the night, trying to get you ready. So please, 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 please heed my warnings and do this now, as you may have only seconds before this thing pops off.